Have you ever been gifted or obtained an object in your life that means a lot to you? This object is important to you because it has the ability of representing you as a person and your character. I know I have such an object in my household, I'm sure you do too. Today I'm going to be talking about an object in my life and how I connect to it, and I hope that example of how I relate to my object will give you an idea of how you can describe the importance of your object to others. I will be telling you all how I obtained my object, why it's special to me, and a few characteristics of it that I can relate to. Now that I've briefly previewed what I'll cover today, let's discuss my object and its importance to me. Thinking about this assignment, I decided to talk about this object of mine that is a green frog bowl. I obtained this object back in February 2005 at a children's store in Santa Barbara. I believe is still standing on Garden Street. Now that I've told you what the object is and how I received it, let's move on to why it is important to me. This object is important to me because it was one of the very first things my mom bought me when we arrived at the U.S. We came to the U.S. when I was 3 years old because my mom was going to remarry the man who I call Dad today, because he raised me as his own and took me and cared for me ever since. This bowl, when I first got it, just brought an extreme amount of comfort and happiness to me, because I was just very terrified and sad that we had left my family in Mexico and was very scared to be in a whole new environment that I had never been, with people I had never been around with. And it just made me really happy to have it and carry it with me everywhere. So it definitely brings back some memories. Now that I've told you my object and the importance it has to me, let's move on to the characteristics of it. The characteristics that this object possesses that are like me include age, battle scar, and strength. This bowl is almost as old as I am, and the fact that now my younger siblings are enjoying it makes me feel even older, like where has time gone? The next characteristic that my bowl has that I consider like me is this, like, what I like to call battle scar, because it's been through a lot, and I have some of my very own battle scars too. I was depressed at one point in my life and had extreme suicidal thoughts, but luckily I was able to get the help I needed and had the support of my family and friends to help me get through everything. And I had an extreme amount of strength to overcome what I was going through, and that made me a lot stronger and wiser to be who I am today. And the other characteristic I was going to describe is strength, and I feel like this bowl definitely has a lot of strength like me, because it's still standing for almost 16 years now. So with that said, to wrap up my speech, I would like to remind you of the following. We all have a special object in our life that we can't let go of because of how we can relate to it and the memories it brings to us. My special object reminds me of a difficult time as a child when I arrived in the U.S. and how it brought me comfort, and its characteristics describe me as a person as well. I hope that with my speech, I have given you an idea of how you can explain to someone your special object, or have motivated you to find that special object in your house to share with other folks.